What is up, everybody? We're back out on the Sportster today with another Moto John video. As you know, we travel around the Philadelphia area talking motorcycles. So if you're into any of that fun stuff and you're tuning in, make sure you hit the channel with a subscribe, like this video, head on back and check out any of our other videos we've ever posted. Cruising a little bit outside Philly today in the little town of Media or so, out that way. It's about 10 miles or so west of Center City, Philly. And I'll tell you why we're out this way. So the reason we're out in Media, PA today is because I'm taking a little stop out at Hannums Harley Davidson because, well, mostly because I'm bored and I don't really have anything else to do. So we're going to take a little ride out to Hannums Harley Davidson. That's where I bought my bike, the 2019 Harley Davidson Iron 1200. So we're going to take a little ride out there. We're going to take a road out there that I like to ride on. This road is right here. It's a pretty nice road, a nice ride to get there. I've been wanting to do a video on this road for a while now. So we're going to stop in Hannums in a little bit. I'm going to give you a look around there. We're going to take a look at their showroom floor, take a look inside Hannums, give you a little idea of what it looks like in there. Let me know if anybody out there has ever stopped in Hannums before. I know I've got a couple of viewers out there that usually tune in and tell me they've been around a lot of these areas before. Hannums is cool because they've got about, I think, 4 or 5 different locations kind of in this eastern PA region. They've got one out in Brandywine, closer to Chadds Ford, and a couple other ones I can't even remember off the top of my head. I think there's one up in Jersey, Hannums Rahway or something like that. Anyways, they've got quite a few locations all over kind of eastern PA, and I think that one in Jersey, like I said. So since we're heading to a dealer today, we're going to talk a little bit about new or used bikes and where to buy a motorcycle at. So when you're looking to buy a bike, I'll be curious to know what everybody's thoughts are out there, whether you like new or used. I know I've talked a little bit about this before with some people. They say they like used better, obviously, because you get them cheaper. New, sometimes more reliable, you get a warranty, all that. But that's a little bit we're going to talk about today, is new or used, pros and cons, and then whether buying from a dealer or a private seller, pros and cons as well. So when you're looking to buy a bike, obviously you've got a couple different routes. So you can buy a new one or a used one. A lot of times the benefits of a used one is you're probably going to get it for a better price. It might already have some customizations that you were looking for on it, so you don't have to spend any money on those. You know, you're not going to have to pay as much in taxes or dealer fees and that type of thing if you're buying a used bike off a private seller. Now you can also buy a used bike at a dealer as well. So when you're looking at used bikes, I'm curious to know like what everybody's looking for out there. Are you looking for your used bikes at dealers or private sellers? I would look for a used bike from a private seller so you can kind of avoid some of those dealer fees and extra stuff that they tack on there. So again, buying a used bike, obviously, like I said, 2 different methods there. You can go private seller or dealer. Talked a little bit about the benefits of used bikes on the used market. Typically a little bit cheaper, which is nice. Maybe already has some of the modifications you want on there, but there could always be the downside of, depending on the exact bike, again, this is not always the case, you know, you might not exactly be sure what you're getting into as far as reliability. Obviously, if you're buying a used bike from a private seller or a dealer, you're going to want to take a good long look at it, make sure everything's up to par, in good working order. You don't want something to go wrong as soon as you get it. So those are some of the downsides of buying from a private seller used. Also, you're not really going to have any warranty attached with that if that's something that you're interested in from a private seller. Now, if you're buying used at a dealer, it might give you a little more peace of mind if they've gone over it. You know, you're going to have a little bit more chance to look at it, I feel like, test riding it, things of that nature, getting a good long look at it before you actually purchase used from a dealer. You never know how some of those scenarios with a used bike might play out with a private seller. So just a couple things to consider there. So then, like I mentioned, you've also got options of a new bike. Now, I know I hear it all the time. Everybody says, oh, don't buy a new bike. There's no reason. There's so many good ones out on the used market. And I agree, there is typically a lot of good ones out on the used market. But you run into some of those scenarios where some people just want a new bike. They're willing to pay for it. It's worth the money to them. They just want that new bike. Also, a lot of people might like a warranty on a used bike, so they go to the dealer. The benefits of working at the dealer, obviously, you can get that warranty. They can take care of all the paperwork, all the financing, all that stuff. I mean, some people see that as a benefit. When you go through a private seller, you're gonna have to do all the transfer of title and that stuff, you know, any financing, all that stuff on your own, which isn't really a hassle in my opinion, but some people might think of it as a pain. Typically at the dealer, they're taking care of all that stuff for you. So a little background on my bike. I got my first one used at Hannums Harley Davidson, and then I traded it in on the 2019 Iron, brand new. So we're getting closer here to Hannums. We're gonna pull over into Hannums. We're gonna walk around, take a look at the showroom floor, give you a little insight into that. So let's take a look at Hannums right now. Check it out. Alright, so that was a look at Hannums Harley Davidson in Media, PA. Again, that's where I bought 2 bikes so far. Looking back, honestly, I think I probably, knowing what I know now, honestly, for my first bike, I think I would have went used off a private seller to save a little bit money. But I mean, I'm totally happy with what I ended up with in the brand new 2019 Iron. I love this bike. I love the look of it. Totally confident in it, brand new, totally reliable, nothing's ever gone wrong. But looking back, I may have went with a private seller maybe to save a little bit money. Maybe have something that's already had customizations on it, things like that. But like I said, it's pros and cons to both. And I mean, everybody has their own opinion on this. And I know for whatever reason, some people have like these super strong opinions on like, oh, I'm only buy used bikes, I only buy used, save so much money. I mean, some people just want a brand new bike, that's all there is to it. Some people just want a brand new car, some people just want brand new anything. I mean, again, it's like I say all the time, there's no right or wrong answer or avenue to go with these things. It's all personal preference and choice. Whatever's gonna fit you best, whatever's gonna best fit your scenario that you're in. You know, it's all about whatever fits your situation best. For me, I was buying my first bike. I didn't really know what to expect. I was like, you know, I mean, I trust some of these guys at the dealer. Bought a used one, rode it for a year. And after that, you know, I was like, I really think I want a new one. So I'm going to look at a new one. And that's what I did. I trusted him at the dealer. You know, finances made sense. Everything made sense to me. So I went with it. But like I said, you know, I mean, there's a scenario where I would say, hey, you know, maybe I would have checked out a used one off a private seller now that I'm looking around all the time and seeing the different types of used bikes out there. But, I mean, I'm happy with the choice I made and the bike that I have and how everything has played out with my riding experience so far in purchasing a used one from a dealer and then purchasing a brand new one from a dealer. So like I said, there's pros and cons of either method, whether you're buying used from a private seller, used from a dealer. brand new from a dealer. I mean, you can get almost brand new bikes on the used market as well. So there's always that. So as always, I'm curious to know, you know, everybody out there's thoughts on, you know, what do you think is best, or what was best for you? Drop it down in the comments. Let me know whether you buy used off a private seller, used off a dealer. Let me know if you bought brand new off a dealer. I'm curious to hear a little bit of that information. And like I said, this isn't supposed to be like some contentious thing about which is best or which way or the other. I'm just curious to get everybody else's feedback out there. If, you know, if you went used private seller, why? You know, if you went brand new at a dealer, why? So drop that down in the comments. I'll be curious to know. Or if you have any other pros or cons to either method of which one is best or not, drop that down there as well. Also, I'm curious to know if anybody's ever had any bad experiences with either buying used off a private seller at a dealer or buying brand new. Either way, let me know if you've had any bad experiences or good experiences. So really, I'm just curious to know, like I said, what everybody's thoughts are buying used, buying new, private, dealer. Drop it down there in the comments. So like I said, we're out in Media, PA. We just took a look inside Hannums. Hope you enjoyed that look inside Hannums. We're heading back in towards the city now on Westchester Pike towards Newtown Square. We're going to cruise on back into Philly. So as we cruise on back into Philly, that's going to wrap it up. As always, thanks for tuning in. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, like this video, check out some of our other videos. Also, make sure you check us out on Instagram at @theMotoJohn. Always trying to post cool pictures over there around Philly, all that good stuff. As always, ride safe. We'll catch you on the next one. It's the MotoJohn. We'll see y'all on down the road. Peace.